as Trump prepared to board his plane at LaGuardia Airport and head to Nevada for a campaign rally on Saturday. Word leaked out that he was ordered by a Manhattan jury to pay writer E. Jean Carroll $83.3 million for defaming her. The election on Friday concluded a week in which Trump sought to turn his attention to President Joe Biden after winning both the Iowa caucuses and the New Hampshire primaries. It served as a stark reminder that even while Trump is on the verge of winning a third consecutive Republican nomination, he is still engaged in legal battles on multiple fronts, such as in federal and state courts in the increasingly competitive Republican primary against former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Like they get closer to a rerun of their 2020 campaign, Trump and Biden are treating this weekend like the first round of the general election. They are visiting states where they are certain to win their party's early February nominating contests: South Carolina for Biden, Nevada for Trump. Haley is already in South Carolina as well, where she will host 2 rallies over the weekend to continue her month-long campaign as Trump's only Republican primary opponent before the Palmetto State election on February 24. Throughout the week, Trump attempted to transform the courtroom into a political platform by showing up in person multiple times, even though he was not obliged to, taking the stand for brief periods of time, and leaving before the verdict was announced so that his attorney, Alina Habba, could address the assembled news cameras on his behalf. The way our legal system is being utilized as a political weapon has gotten out of hand. Every First Amendment right has been taken away by them. I am not in America. On his social media platform Truth Social on Friday, Trump stated, "Conservatives have mostly sided with Trump due to his legal challenges, which include federal and state charges resulting from his attempts to rig the 2020 election through the Republican primary in 2024. But in recent days, Haley has enraged the former president by refusing to withdraw from the GOP race, even after she lost New Hampshire by 11 points to Trump. We're talking about $83 million in damages, and Donald Trump wants to be the presumptive Republican nominee," Haley stated on Friday after learning of the Carroll ruling on X, the former Twitter platform. "We're not discussing border repairs. We are not discussing how to combat inflation. America is capable of greater than Joe Biden and Donald Trump." After largely avoiding open conflict with Trump for almost a year, Haley has been using the candidate's legal struggles in public statements, including an incensed address on Tuesday night following his victory in New Hampshire, to argue that he will lose in November. Haley has turned into a mouthpiece for the flaws in both men with her 2-for-1 message criticizing the ages of Biden, who will be 81, and Trump, who will be 78, and raising doubts about Trump's mental capacity. Her attacks on the former president have become more frequent in recent days, and she is doing it in front of conservative audiences that have come together in support of him following his civil trials and criminal prosecution. Haley referred to Trump as totally unhinged in an appearance with Fox News on Friday, claiming he has alienated the moderates and independents the party will need to defeat Biden. "I'm going to win Republicans, but guess who else I'm going to win? He loses independents and moderates, whereas I win both. That explains his 2018 defeat. This explains his 2020 loss. That's the reason he lost 2022, she remarked, alluding to Trump's defeat by Biden and the GOP's dismal 2018 midterm results. This battle is with Nikki Haley. Haley, whom Trump appointed as his U.S. ambassador to the UN, is still a long shot to win the GOP nomination. According to polls, she is far behind Trump in her home state, and some donors are becoming less willing to support her efforts after Trump threatened to banish them from his political movement if they did not support him on Truth Social. Haley, however, is expressing the annoyances of a certain section of the Republican Party by emphasizing the political price the party has had to pay for its loyalty to Trump in recent elections. "At every turn, we must make sure that we're pushing him and striving to overcome him. Additionally, former Wyoming Representative Liz Cheney, who lost her House seat to a challenger endorsed by President Trump in a 2022 primary, stated on Thursday on the liberal Pod Save America program that, "I think Nikki Haley ought to stay in this fight right now." Haley has scheduled 2 rallies in her home state for this weekend, a Saturday rally in Malden and a Sunday rally in Conway. She will then kick off a busy fundraising week that includes several engagements in New York on Monday and events in Miami and Palm Beach on Wednesday.